What do you think makes more sense? And so Stephanie has a PhD, she's smart, she's going to make videos that people want to watch. So can you in fact blame her? Of course not. Coach Greg and Stephanie Buttermore is back at it yet again. That's right, she's come full circle, going back to her roots. She's redoing the video that put her on the map. 5 years ago, Stephanie put out a video, got over 7 million views. Was it a glue workout? How to train? No, it was the first of many of her epic series of her binge eating. And since that time, she went on an all-in journey where she ate whatever she wanted for several months, put on 42 pounds, and then her weight crept back down to a normal, healthy weight. Congratulations. However, her channel not as popular as it used to be. Not getting the views, not getting the engagement, people not talking about Stephanie Buttermore. Until today. In today's video, going back to her roots, where it all started, how she originally got popular. I did my first cheat day again. How many calories now? And so you might argue that she just made these videos for science and that it helps so many people. You know, all these videos promoting binge eating, including her Instagram account called Steph's Hollow Leg, it's called. And so in case you're thinking, Coach Greg, no, you're just a hater, let's watch this clip from her original 10,000 calorie challenge.
If this video gets 15,000 likes, I will do the 15K challenge. I think I can do it, but it needs to get 15,000 likes.
I mean, I'm not hating. You got to do what you got to do to get the views. But do you really think it's just for education, for science, that there's no incentive to get views, to make money? You put out content that people don't really want to watch. For example, showing off my lab bench pressing with Jeff. 95,000 views from 5 years ago. In comparison to the 7+ million views from posting cheat meal videos? What do you think makes more sense? And so Stephanie has a PhD, she's smart, she's going to make videos that people want to watch. So can you in fact blame her? Of course not. And why do you think that she was so hungry? Why do you think she ate so much? She was 14.2% body fat, said in the video. Shredded. And when you're far below your genetic set point, aka from starving yourself, she won a bikini competition. Remember how much I preach about the dangers of dieting too hard? That you shouldn't try to maintain it too lean? And so her ghrelin, the hunger hormone, going through the roof. That makes you hungry. Leptin, the feel full hormone, way down. And so she was always starving herself to try to maintain a shredded and lean appearance. And so no wonder she was hungry. No wonder she wanted to binge. And so this is exactly why you don't over diet. Stephanie Buttermore, the perfect example for all females of the world and guys of the dangers of over dieting. She decided to go all in to fix her journey. I gotta do something to fix this. And did she in fact eat all the food in all those videos? We don't know. You don't see what people do between takes on a camera. You do not know what's going on between takes. And let me tell you that disorder that people have where they go and visit the toilet, far more prevalent than you think. Probably 25% of bodybuilders, bikini competitors, and so on suffer from that. The one where you go to the bathroom. The one where you go visit the toilet. And so Stephanie, she's come full circle. She's going back to her roots. She's doing an epic cheat day, only this time, she's doing so from a normal, healthy body fat. Not 14.2%, which is far too lean for her. 20-some% body fat, a healthy body fat. And she's going to eat whatever she wants, much of it as she wants, for an entire day, epic cheat meal yet again.
I decided to go all in and gave myself unconditional permission to eat whatever I wanted to finally fix my hunger.
I'm not nearly as hungry anymore.
Yeah, not nearly as hungry anymore. Well, that's what happens when you raise your body fat from 14.2% to something closer, 25, 30, a healthy body fat percentage. Your hormones, they become stabilized. No longer is your ghrelin through the roof and you have such low levels of leptin, you're no longer so hungry.
For 7, I'm gonna do 12 donuts and then 10 Timbits. What did I say?
It's on number 7.
I don't know. We're gonna find.
And so imagine she ordered 12 donuts and 10 Timbits for breakfast at meal 1 and then continued to eat throughout the day. Makes no sense. However, she did have such low body fat percentages that her body was starving and so sent hunger hormones through the roof. Eat. Do not stop eating. All to correct her over-dieting.
My appetite is so much lower, but it doesn't mean that I still don't love food.
And so she's got 12 donuts and Timbits and says, I still love food. I still love food. Of course you do. We all do. However, when your body fat percentages are too low, your body makes you crave them more. You're hungrier, more ghrelin. You can't stop eating. You can't put the fork down. And so I always tell people, if you're suffering from this, try to eat low-calorie dense foods. What did she choose here? 12 donuts and 10 Timbits. If you're really hungry and you want to maintain a healthy weight, the thing to not do is to eat high-calorie dense foods, junk food like this, and binge on this. This is the exact opposite of what you want to do. And so rather than starving yourself all week long in too great a calorie deficit, thinking you're eating perfect, and then saying, once a week, I'm gonna have an epic cheat meal. I'll eat whatever I want, and getting in the 12 donuts and 10 Timbits, why not just have like one donut a day? Spread it out. Think of it. What makes more sense? What would be better for weight loss? Having 12 donuts at once, or one donut a day, every day for the rest of your life?
How hungry are you on a scale of 1 to 10 before you start?
5?
Okay.
I don't feel super hungry in the morning like I used to.
And so how hungry is she to start off her meal right now? A 5. Right in the middle, exactly perfect, where you want to be. And so what are the results now? Well, she's unable to eat them all. Of course not. She's at a healthier weight, her ghrelin's normal, she's not starving, and so she's full before eating all the donuts.
I might have to call it there.
How full on a scale of 1 to 10?
So like an 8.
And so rather than eating them all, she eats maybe a quarter to a third of it, 837 calories, and what is her fullness rating now? An 8. Notice she stops before being overly full, a 10. Why would you eat until you're stuffed? You feel sick, disgusting, you can't move? Who wants that? And so my advice, try to stay somewhere between a 3 and an 8. Never starving, 1 or 2. Hungry? That's okay, nothing wrong with being hungry, you're 3. Now hungry? I want to eat. 9 or 10, full, over full, not feeling good. Why eat to that point? And so try to eat between a 3 and an 8. After you're at 8, you stop eating. Wait until you go back down. Eat again. Does that make sense? Or does starving yourself all week and then binging, is that how you should do it? Which makes more sense?
It felt like when I was doing a cheat day before, there was not enough sweet food in the world for me to eat. But now I don't feel that way. I need like more of a balance.
Exactly. It's all about balance. Just because it's a cheat day doesn't mean it should be all junk. When you eat too much sugar, it makes you crave more sugar. Try to cheat on healthy foods. If you always eat chicken, broccoli, and rice, not cheat and have steak, potatoes, peas, and an ice cream bar. There you go. You just cheated. You had an extra ice cream bar. Maybe you have a donut. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to eat 10 donuts. I'm going to eat an entire box of cookies. It can be, I'm going to add in 3 or 4 cookies, perhaps a chocolate bar, a protein bar, ice cream, sandwich, whatever. Have balance.
I think that it was before all in, savory, sweet. After all in, it just kind of, it's still higher, but it's just gotten more even.
And so in comparison to when she was starving back in the past 5 years ago, her taste buds have changed. She no longer craves all junk, all sugars. Why is that? Because she has balance now. She allows herself to eat a normal diet. If you overly restrict yourself, which she did, 14.2% body fat, eating the chicken, broccoli, and rice, bikini diet foods day after day, your body's craving what it doesn't have. The cookies, the cakes, the ice cream, pastries, and so on. But if you have balance, allow yourself to have some sugar, candies, and so on, little bit each day, not too much, just a little bit, you don't crave those things because you're already getting them. And so if you're trying to learn from Stephanie and myself, please consider this. Have balance. Don't overly restrict. Carry a healthy body fat percentage. Don't yo-yo diet. Don't bulk and cut. And if you do this coupled with exercise, 150 minutes of cardio a week, not sitting on your ass during this time and saying, I don't need to exercise. I'm just going to love myself, forgive myself. I'm not going to work out. I'm going to sit here and mope and forgive myself because I don't want to move. No, love yourself enough to give it what it needs. Healthy diet, cardio.
No pizza will be wasted in the making of this video.
And so what I noticed and what you can take home from this is you don't have to eat your entire meal. Just because you ordered a large meal doesn't mean you need to finish it. And if you're with Coach Greg, just give it to me. I finish all my friends' meals almost all the time when I go out to eat. I can eat a lot, but hey, I burn off a ton of calories and I'm a better butter burner from bike racing. And so if you want to be able to eat a lot without gaining a lot of weight, do a lot of cardio, have a lot of muscle, boost your metabolism, increase NEAT, so on. But if you don't, hey, you can take home a doggy bag. And so rather than ordering large pizzas and garlic fingers and having 3 meals worth for the next 3 days, having it in the fridge that's staring at you in the face, you can't stop eating it, just get rid of it. You don't need to eat it all, or order a smaller portion. You don't need to have 3 pizzas on the table. You can order 1.
I don't know what that is, but it looks good. And then this looks like it's brownie. So I'm gonna get a little bit of everything.
Nah, bro, that looks delicious to me.
And notice Stephanie and Jeff are sharing a dessert. You don't need each one. Typical desserts close to 1,000 calories. Do you really need to eat the whole thing? You can each split dessert. That means you're getting only half the calories. You save money, save calories, go home without feeling overly full.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how full are you?
So it was like an 8 out of 10 after the pizza. And the dessert, like, just like a tiny bit, like a quarter of a notch.
And her fullness after eating the meal, an 8, and then she added dessert, she's like, touch more than an 8. If you're at an 8, remember, you can stop. You can start right there. You don't need the dessert. However, if you do want to make room for dessert, why not stop at a 7? Don't eat till you're full with your meal and then get dessert. Save some room for dessert.
I mentally don't want anything more, but physically can eat. I could, like my stomach could contain more food, but I just don't want it to.
And so her advice, physically, my stomach could contain more food. I want to eat it because it tastes good. Obviously, we all want to keep eating. You get dopamine when you're eating something that tastes amazing. But knowing that your stomach will hurt if you keep eating, isn't that enough to stop? Yeah, it's going to taste good, and mentally you're thinking, oh, it tastes so good, I want it. But just don't. Realize you're not 6 years old anymore. You know that if you overeat, you're going to have a stomach ache. And guess what? You're going to get to eat again later. And so just because it tastes good and you want to eat more, doesn't mean you have to do it now. You get multiple opportunities to eat every single day, and so save your food for the next meal.
This is my next meal, but I'm just not in the mood for it right now. Like after eating the pizza, like I will eat it. I'm gonna eat a sandwich first.
And so meal 3, she has a sandwich and a ton of junk. Chips, cookies, you name it, it's there. And listen, the first bite is in fact the best bite, so it's always best to eat the healthier food first. Do you really think you're going to eat that healthy salad after you've already eaten junk food? No, so eat the salad first, whatever you're eating healthy, and then after you're done that, then you can start eating the higher calorie items. If you start with the junk first, the cookies, donuts, licorice, and so on, you're very likely going to overeat on those calories and then not really want to eat the healthy stuff after.
I knew you'd like that.
And notice the size of those date squares. And one of the problems is in North America, we eat overly sized portions. That should be cut into 4. There's no reason for anyone to need to eat a date square that big. She is not Eddie Hall training for the world's strongest man. And so please, eat a small piece. She has everything she wants to eat all in one meal. Don't do this, spread it out. When you're having a cheat, don't think I need to eat all the foods I've craved for the entire week all at once. Much better to spread them out. What I do with my clients is I allow them to have an optional snack every single day. Perhaps it's 200, 250, maybe 300 calories. You can eat that every single day from whatever you want. If it's a date square, chocolate bar, chips, candies, whatever, you can have it. The rest of the food, healthy. Nothing wrong with having balanced eating some junk food every single day. Much better than saying I can't have it, not allowed to have it, and then finally caving in and eating everything you wanted to eat for the entire week all in one meal.
Sour candy's super good. They're yummy.
Yeah, they're quite sour. More like Sour Patch Kids, I think.
Another great suggestion I often give to people, rather than having the soft candies like Swedish Berry, Sour Patches, and all those kind of things, eat hard candies instead, like Werther's, those old Grandma Josephine candies, the harder candies you have to suck on, takes a while to eat. They're gonna last longer in your mouth, and it takes your body about 20 minutes to recognize that you're actually full. And so if you slow down the rate of eating, it's going to allow you the chance to realize you've eaten enough and stop eating. You eat soft candies, perhaps 5 minutes, you've had 500 to 1,000 calories. Hard candies, maybe 100 or 200. You see the difference? And once the 20 minutes is up, your body's probably going to signal, hey, you're full, you can stop eating, you realize you're full, had enough without overeating on calories.
3 years post all in, full, satisfied, happy.
And so as you can see, when you maintain a healthy body fat percentage, you're far less hungry than if you're starving yourself. So my recommendation, don't over diet. Don't think you need to be single digit body fat for men. And for women, they're usually 6 to 9% heavier than that of a man. And so the male equivalent of a female such as Stephanie being 14.2% would be a guy being under 8.2%. Clearly single digit body fat, very hard to maintain, and so no wonder she was so hungry. And so my advice to Stephanie or anyone watching this, if you're having a cheat day, try to have more vegetables, more fruits, more low calorie dense foods as part of your cheat day. Just because it's a cheat day doesn't mean all the foods need to be junk. Want ideas on delicious tasting low calorie dense foods? Please consider getting my freaking cookbook. Taken all your favorite foods, lowered them in calories, made them more voluminous, added protein to fuel your anabolic needs. And so all you need to do to lose weight is to eat in a calorie deficit. The cookbook can make it much easier for you. And so if you need delicious recipes, ideas, please consider getting the cookbook. Interested in a free training program? Click the link in the description. Close to 20 pages going to show you exactly how to train. Get in the shape of your life. All it takes 2 to 3 days in the gym a week. That's it. Train like Coach Greg. This is how I'm training on top of my bike riding. If you could do some cardio such as I do, get in the shape of your life and stay there. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm, like the video, watch the bloops as always. And of course, harder than last time supplements, including turkesterone, creatine, GO2 max, the list goes on and on. Too many to list. Click the link in the description. And until next time, I am out.